Guess while I'm waiting for other people to come into the chat, I'm sorry for waking you up, pup. My dog's trying to sleep. I'll go over some of these things that I got. I've kind of gotten into these toys. This is clearly a toy for YouTube. You can see the screw holes and the safety color. So this is meant as a toy to play with. And it even has these little toy shells, as you can see. These are toys. But anyway, I'm giving you a little public service announcement a little bit. These are pretty cool to play with, but um it's some company that has YouTube videos. I don't know if they're still doing it. They might have taken them down, but they're trying to sell these as a alternative for like self-defense. Don't buy it, and it's shooting these plastic pellets. And whenever you see them shooting them, it makes like a gun noise. That's just dubbed. Those aren't real firearms, and they don't make that noise. There's these toys, but if you see that YouTube video, I think they're selling them for like $60 or something, and they're saying they're replicas, but they can be used for self-defense. Don't do that now. What you can use these for is for training or something, because they are pretty cool. Like if like since I have a Glock, which is what this one is like, when you pull the trigger, like it does, cycle back, the slide goes back, and you can do the slide like that. And I like these because unlike a lot of these toys or airsoft, see it goes back just like that. And occasionally it does jam, so it's good. You can do drills with clearing the jam, but don't buy one of these thinking that, like, if you see that YouTube video where it makes the noise and all that, like a real firearm, and think you're going to be able to use these as some type of self-defense. They just fire these little plastic pellets, and they're not going to do anything to a person. Maybe if you hit them in the eye, lucky shot. But yeah, that's a good way to get yourself killed playing around with these if you think you're gonna use it as self-defense or something. I think the ones that they were showing on that YouTube video, they were painted in such a way that they look more realistic. I mean, like, this does look like at first glance, it looks like it's a real Glock. You know it isn't because it says a Glock 18, so which is the select fire one. It wasn't that many of these actually imported into the country, so this isn't most likely a real Glock if somebody painted it or whatever. But and I use this one just for like training or whatever because this is more closer to a Stroger because this would be like a custom Glock. But since people are in, I'm gonna go and talk about what I wanted to tonight. So when I got the upgrades for the new IR flood, it made a big difference. I can actually see, my chat went down. Maybe the people did like the toys or whatever. Because the time I started talking about what I'm supposed to, it killed the viewers. I don't know how many people are viewing. YouTube numbers have been kind of messing my channel up. I know I've been ratioed or whatever they call it. But it looked like I had more views talking about the toys than I did about what my subject is tonight. I don't know how many people are watching. It just says one person, but I'm looking at it through an app, so this might not be accurate. And I may need to readjust the sound because the sound I'm using what is it, Streamlabs mobile. The sound is a little downs when I'm using the YouTube app. But yeah, see my I'm getting more people in with the toys than I was showing the actual subject. So I'll go back to the toys. I guess people want to see that, and then I'll go to the night vision stuff in a second. But yeah, if you buy these, don't spend a lot of money on these. They're pretty cheap. They're cool though. If I ever get my channel straight where I can sell merchandise, I may have a channel store and sell them. They're pretty cool to play around with. And like I said, you can train with them because if you have a Glock or something, it is helpful when you can go through drills where you wouldn't normally be able to, because you can get used to this pulling. Because a lot of people, when they're using, I know I'm rambling a little bit. It is late, man. I did like 32 hours, so I'm tired. One day, well, I guess 32 hours, technically 2 days. But anyway, you can go through drills with this, and normally, whenever you see people practicing, you're not concerned with the shell ejecting, but it just adds a little more realism because the shells can eject. Or if you want to make sure you hit stuff, you can load up the pellets in there. But yeah, this is pretty cool looking. All right, well, that has went down, so I guess people are tired of the toys and they want me to get into the subject of the night vision. So hopefully I won't have a lot of viewership dropping when I go to this, which it just did. But you know, what was wrong with this and how I could fix it, not really being able to see at night. And so let me see what this one is. This one is not the one that has like the owl on it. Shit, I should probably had the I probably should have had the box on it so I could show you, but you've seen them on YouTube before. People did reviews on it. It's several different manufacturers. These not all made by the same people. This is not the plastic one. This is the all aluminum. It's all metal, which is the reason why I bought it. I like the fact that it's all metal. I know it's all metal because like when I took out the old illuminator, it's threaded aluminum. So all this housing, everything in here, the lens, is all aluminum, which is good because it's a little more durable. But anyway, doing the upgrades on this thing, playing around with it. If you're new to my channel, okay, that dropped off. Like nobody cares about that. But that is the reason why I'm doing the video. So let's see if anybody comes back. And I do know that whenever you see videos, people just cycle through. So they might just look at it or not really be that interested in it. But I'll get back into it. So my goal was working on these cheap night vision that are manufactured mostly in China, trying to see exactly what's wrong with them and why they perform poorly. Because I always see videos on people saying, don't ever buy these, and the digital night vision sucks and all that, but they never really tell you why it sucks. And they never really tell you why these devices have poor performance. But then when you see people building their own night vision, they seem to function fairly decent. So after getting it and playing around with it, I found out most of the reasons why these things suck, and also I found out the reason why they're normally zoomed in at 3 times magnification. So what I decided to do was take, okay, I had a big drop off and then it's dropping out now. I don't know if that's YouTube bothering with the numbers or, but anyway, back to it. Tinkering around with it, trying to see why it performed so poorly. I figured out a lot of the things that was wrong with it, and then I started working on different solutions to fix the most common problems that people have. And the reason why I'm doing that is this may be a viable option for people who want to have some type of night vision capability, but you don't have any money. So, for instance, you say you got a buddy that does have night vision, and you may want to do some nighttime drills or shoot with them at night, but you don't have any money. So my goal is just to tell people what they can do to improve the devices you can buy off the shelf and modify them to make them work. So you can basically have them for whatever you need them for. This one was relatively cheap. It was only like $150. Some of them are kind of expensive. That's the other thing about a lot of these digital night vision. The PVS-18s are everywhere. They're between $400 and $900 and just crazy prices. But I think I paid like $200 for my PVS-18 digital, which wasn't a bad deal because it came with a bunch of other things, mounts and other stuff. Um, I think I got a mount for the helmet.